Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Lessons for Life from Swami Jagadatmananji's inspiring bestseller Learn to Live Volume 2, Chapter 3, Incredible but True. Now we have come to the end of Chapter 3. The universal law of karma is explained in a scientific way in these two episodes. Truth behind miracles. The methods of philosophical investigation consist in the study of scriptural evidences, reasoning and experience. The ultimate reality, the supreme truth, being superconscious, supramental, scriptures provide a working hypothesis, which, however, must be tested by reason and realized through inner experience. Sole reliance on scriptural authority without a rational investigation tends to make a philosophical or religious system dogmatic, authoritarian, and exclusive. Mere reasoning may be the rationalization of desires. Experiences unsupported by reasoning and scriptural evidence may be the projection of one's own subconscious mind. But when these three point to one and the same conclusion, a man can be sure of having arrived at truth. The same yardstick may be applied for the verification of the law of transmigration and reincarnation. Modern parapsychology also provides enough evidence to prove that law of reincarnation, punarjanma, is a fact. Universal law is the last episode of this chapter 3. According to the karma theory, the soul reaches the higher echelons of evolution, the higher stages of evolution, after struggling through a series of births and deaths. Those who find sense in Darwin's theory of evolution will not find it difficult to understand the process of evolution in the doctrine of reincarnation. The basic theory of evolution is extended by the law of karma in this important aspect. 1. Evolution is not restricted to the outer form of the living being. It also involves the evolution of the consciousness or the awareness of the living beings. It involves in the transformation of consciousness of the living beings. In other words, the law of karma and reincarnation aim at mental and spiritual evolution of human beings. 2. The progress in the process of evolution is related to the mind and spiritual matters. Just like the laws of physical science, the law of karma and transmigration of souls also operates on the principle of cause and effect relationship. For example, when a man takes birth, he inherits the cumulative effects of the actions, bad or good, of his previous births. In a way, man arrives in a world which he has shaped and chosen for himself. Gina Serminara says, "A Protestant priest well known to me was a broad-minded person interested in modern ideas and methods of analysis. He had made a deep study of the law of reincarnation. Once I asked him, 'Have you ever made yourself bold to mention about the law of reincarnation and karma in your sermon?' He said, 'Yes, sometimes, with great caution. Last time I compared it with the concept of hell in our Christian faith. I left it to the listeners to believe it or not.'" This was indeed a bold step. Christian clergymen who dare make such statements may invite the wrath of the authorities of the church. They might even face the risk of being excommunicated. A few years ago, such statements would have been considered to be sacrilegious and invited the punishment of imprisonment or death. The well-known English author Paul Brunton once said, "If the Western society and culture were to survive, the doctrine of karma, the principle of karma, should be taught to the people." The implication is that this doctrine, this principle, would help the social system, society, to restrain excessive sensuality and licentiousness. It would also help the individual to practice restraint and self-control. The Church and the followers of Christianity may largely reject this as the Eastern superstition. But according to one estimate, every fourth citizen in United States of America accepts this doctrine of karma. The Sunday Telegraph of Britain is a relatively conservative paper. According to a survey conducted by it, in the past 10 years, the number of people in Britain who believe in the law of karma and reincarnation has risen from 18 to 28%. In 1987, Roger J. Ulge, a psychologist, wrote a book, Other Lives, Other Selves. Footnote: Other Lives, Other Selves, a Jungian psychotherapist discovers past lives. Roger J. Ulge, Bantam Books. He was a psychotherapist working on the models developed by Carl G. Jung. He says that our subconscious mind does not forget anything. He has published several cases of having cured mental patients by invoking their memories of the past lives. He says, that is, Dr. Roger J. Ulger says, that there would be many clinics in the world in the next 10 years engaged in administering treatment involving the arousal of memories of previous births. If this ancient truth were to be accepted by the modern system of medicine as a universal law, we might look forward to a day. We might look forward to a day when the forces of hatred, violence, and licentiousness now raging in the world would come to an end, and the whole human society would be inspired to tread the path of truth and peace. Tomorrow we will be starting the chapter 4. As we sow, so we reap. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.